Am I dreaming, guys, or is the sun finally shining? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now that the sun is back out, as you can probably tell, but I thought I'd pick up this vlog here. I was at Royal Ascot yesterday, and now I'm here at the yard about to go and ride Flicka because we are eventing tomorrow. However, I need to ride her. I need to run through our dressage test, which I've not done yet. It's a test we've done before, luckily, so that will be okay. So I need to run through that. I need to bath her, plait her, get everything ready. I feel like maybe a lot of people don't realise how much... I'm so sorry I'm messing with my hair. Do you know what? I'm going to tie it up. 1 second. There we go. I feel like a lot of people maybe don't actually realise the amount of hours that go into not just horse riding, but horse ownership in general. As I've mentioned, I don't show a lot at all. Like I'm here every day, but I don't show a lot because every single vlog would be exactly the same if I did. But yeah, I do like to show, as I've mentioned, like snippets of what I get up to. But yes, it's an extremely time consuming, I wouldn't even say hobby, lifestyle, particularly if you are on the competitive side of things. Now, obviously not everyone is. Some people enjoy horse ownership and just going for a hack now and then, or they might have horses that are perhaps slightly older or needing a more quiet life. However, I have always been competitive with my horses. To me, it's always been a sport. Obviously, the horse comes before the sport, and if, touch wood, anything happened to Flicka tomorrow, which meant we could no longer compete, she wouldn't go anywhere. But yeah, I've always been into the sporty, competitive side of things. But yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it, with horse riding? I feel like there's a lot of not controversy, but there's a lot of stigma, I think, around horse girls or the equestrian world for being toxic and mean and unwelcoming and uninviting. And it's hard sometimes because I think sometimes people forget that it's one of the only sports where you are with an animal that obviously can't speak and you have to communicate via other means. And there is a huge, huge, huge disparity between horse riding and horse ownership. And I don't believe that exists in many other sports, you know. If you were to play golf and you're like, you know, I enjoy a game of golf, I'm going to join a golf club. Your life perhaps wouldn't change that drastically. You might, you know, golf a little bit more, but, you know, it's not so much a huge lifestyle change. Whereas going from horse riding and, you know, not owning a horse to horse ownership is a huge leap, a massive leap. And I think a lot of people, I'm very fortunate in the sense that I've owned horses my whole life, and I've seen the good, the bad and the ugly, but I think a lot of people do get into the sport thinking, you know, oh, I'd love to own my own horse, and perhaps are a bit naive to it. And I think that's where the stigma comes from, where people think perhaps horsey people are unwelcoming or gatekeep it, which is, you know, I don't think that, but I actually think, you know, don't get me wrong, there are horrendously awful people in the horse industry. There are. I've met some. I think where a lot of the stigma comes from, and any horsey people watching, I feel like, I hope I'm wording this appropriately, I feel like horsey people just love horses more than people. So when a horsey person sees a situation whereby a horse, it may be of a detriment to that animal, then that horsey person just feels the need to chime in. And I genuinely think that is the issue. I don't even believe it comes from a malicious place. I genuinely just think horsey people like horses more than people. I do believe horsey people can be harsh. They can be harsh and perhaps forget that, you know, they were new to it maybe at one point, or they didn't know as much as they know now at one point, and there is definitely that side to it. I'm not going to lie, and I'd like to think I'm not one of those people. However, yeah, there's definitely a weird stigma. But I'm guessing there's those kind of people in all sports, but yeah, particularly the horse riding thing. It definitely gets a little bit of a bad rap sometimes. So yeah, I don't even know why I went off on that tangent. I just felt the need to word vomit. But anyway, I'm about to go and bring her in and we're going to start. So basically I need to do some schooling with her. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing this evening and getting prepped and ready for tomorrow. Flicka's being very rude, having a bum to the camera, guys, so I apologise, but I need to give her a good brush first. She's very dusty. I'm really glad the weather's actually better, but it does mean that with her going out, she gets so dusty now. We trade in mud for dust. Looking a little bit tidier now, aren't you, darling? You're looking a bit better. Look at that shine. You're looking really good, darling. Very shiny. She's got her lovely summer coat through at the minute, so it's got the most amazing shine on it. And then the absolute essential in the summer, fly spray. To keep those pesky flies away from her. I'm just tacking her up now. Andy just bought me a nice little Starbucks. I never usually get this treatment when I'm tacking up. I'm usually just on my own and I'm dusty, but Andy's trying to look like a really good boyfriend for the vlog. Oh dear, a bit of a cough. Flick, do you like this? Flicky? It smells nice. Oh, it smells nice. Right, let's get bridle on. I have actually asked, I put a little question box on Instagram for if any of you guys had any horsey questions. So I thought maybe while I'm riding, I can answer a few of those. If you let me put the bridle on, madam. I'm just more interested in what Andy's got. Okay guys, so I've just come and jumped on Flick, done a very brief warm up. So we're going to start doing a bit of schooling session. But as I said, a few of you guys asked me like horsey questions, so I thought while I work her and yeah, do a little bit of training, I thought I'd answer those questions for you. So I'm going to wake her back up before she falls asleep. I'll answer some of your guys' questions. Is Flicka my horse? No, I stole her. Yes, Flicka is my horse. I've owned her for almost 2 years now. Is Flicka my first horse? No, she's not my first horse. I've owned horses all my life. I wouldn't know what number horse she is, but you know, I've owned quite a lot over my life. But she's my one and only currently. So, big up, good girl. Flicka's breed, she's an Irish sport horse, so an Irish draft crossed, oh, mind the wind, with a thoroughbred. And one of my favourite breeds. I've always, over the years, leaned more towards the thoroughbred crosses, the Irish sport horses. They're very hardy, they're athletic, usually good workers, very willing, very trainable, and because of the Irish draft in them, they're quite level-headed as well, so I like them. She's very, I'd say very typical of the breed. She's not too fine, she's not too heavy. She's a lovely example. Ooh. So how long have I been riding? I started riding when I was, oh, conflict, when I was 3. I had my first little Shetland pony, and I used to, don't do that. I used to go to the gymkhanas when I was a child. So yeah, my mum got me into it. My mum was very into horses. She got me into it, and unfortunately, I really enjoyed it. So she got me hooked on the most expensive hobby there is. She should have just bought me a hamster. So someone's asked, did I take a break from horses and how did I reintroduce myself? Yes, I did. So after university, I had a break because, you know, as we all know after uni, we're all poor. We've got no money, no time, very much have to get into the real world of work. Horses just did not fit into that. So I had a break for about 5-6 years, whereby I didn't own, I wasn't competing, and just had to concentrate on grown-up stuff, to be honest. Always knowing that I would get back into it. So when I did, I literally, no shame in this at all, and I'll encourage anyone. Hang on, let me just get this horse supple. She's gone a little bit like an ironing board. Come on. There we go. So just to explain what I'm doing, I'm asking her to walk forwards, but flex her neck whoop, to the inside, and just soften up this neck, because their neck and their back is so long, they can have so many stiffness, different areas of stiffness all the way down. So I'm just asking her to walk in an opposite direction to the way she's flexing her neck. It's kind of like us doing this and loosening up down our ribs. So that's what I'm doing if you see me pulling her head to the inside. So and the way I got back into it, come on, flex this neck, darling. The way I got back into it was I just swallowed my pride a little bit, to be honest. And I went back to a riding school and literally said, look, I've been out of the game. My confidence isn't where it used to be. Help. And that's where I met my current dressage trainer, Christine. And she still trains me now, years later, with Flicka. But yeah, I went back to a riding school, gained a lot of confidence, rode a few friends' horses, just to get that feel back again. And then when I felt like the time was right, I decided to start looking at buying one. Would I ever get a second horse? Good. Right now, no, I wouldn't get a second horse. I mean, I think Andy might leave me if I got a second one. But, I mean, never say never. But I think if I was to get, good. If I was to get a second horse and walk, then I wouldn't get another one like Flicka. Nothing wrong with Flicka, but I'd want something to do something different on. If I was ever to get a second horse, I've always said I'd love a really well-trained dressage schoolmaster, maybe like 12, 13-year-old, something that's gone up to Grand Prix that can help teach me the higher Grand Prix dressage movements, because I've never had a horse able to get to that level. So I'd love a schoolmaster to help me, you know, teach other horses those kind of movements. But yeah, at the minute, oh, good girl. At the minute, no plans for a second horse. I think when it comes down to breeds of horses and money, it's not necessarily, you know, this horse is worth a lot because of its breed. It all comes down to ability. So I wouldn't say there's any breed necessarily that's out of reach financially. It's more about their bloodline, what they've done. However, if I could have an extremely well-bred, highly capable Dutch warm blood, I think would be my go-to. How much? So someone has asked me how much does it cost to keep them? How much is livery? Because it costs a mortgage round by them, and all I can say is, girl, I know, I can relate. But then I think it's the same thing as, it's like saying, how much is a jacket? It depends where it's from. Is it designer? How well made is it? It's exactly the same with livery. It depends how good the livery yard is, how many facilities it's got. Also depends what kind of service you want. So with horses, you can have them on what's called DIY livery, whereby you do everything yourself. So you'll muck them out, turn them out, get them in, and that's more affordable. And then you can have some yards, some yards that will do part livery, full livery, whereby they'll help you out and do things for you. And obviously, the more services you want, the higher the cost. So honestly, it's how long is a piece of string. You could rent a field for 30 quid a week with no facilities and have it really easy and affordable. It depends on what you want. For me, I will always pay a little bit more because there's certain things that are, hang on, let me just get her going. So there's certain things that are like non-negotiable for me. For example, I will always, sorry, that's a terrible transition. Don't judge me on that transition, guys. I'll always have a livery yard with an indoor school, because I know for me in the winter, when it's tipping down with rain, motivation to ride is at an all-time low. I need an indoor school. For me, it's worth it because it's my hobby that makes me happy. How to keep confident after a fall? To me, I think confidence is like a muscle. You have to work it. So
you're never going, if you've lost a bit of confidence, you're never going to fully restore it, getting straight back on the next day. Just go back a few steps if you really feel unconfident. Go back a few steps until that feels boring and you feel confident to move back up to what you were doing. Don't force yourself because you could do more damage. Even professionals go through, walk on. Even the professionals go through confidence crises. Even when I was having a training session with Ros Cantor, she was talking to us about how after a few months off in the winter, she finds it really scary going out cross country again, and she has to really get her mind back into it. And, you know, she has sports therapists helping her, you know, a lot of things that perhaps not all riders have access to. So just take it slow would be my advice. How many days do me and Flicka train? Depends on if we're competing. I'd say I ride 5 to 6 times a week. That might be less if we're competing. So we may, if we're competing and eventing, she might have the day off after and then another day off midweek. So it might just be down to 4 or 5 times that week, but I'd say in general, 5 to 6 times. The best riding boots for beginners, honestly, these ones that I've got on, these are like my everyday go-to boots for hacking, schooling, whatever. Shires, from Shires Moretta riding boots. They're really affordable, but they're so long lasting. They're not the kind of boots whereby you're going to be buying them a new pair once every week sort of thing. So yeah, I would say the Shires Moretta boots. That was a nice canter, good girl. Right, I think I'm going to end that there, guys. I'm going to carry on doing a bit of schooling with Flick Flu. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more. But yeah, Flicky, we've got a little bit more work to do, haven't we, darling? And then after every single ride, as per usual, what you got, Flick? You got your stud muffin. Let me get you one out, darling. Ready? Show me your teeths. Show me your teeths. Yeah. Oh, good girl. Is that nice? Yes. Is that yummy? One. Another one. Another one. The guy's like, where are you going, human? Come back. Where are you going, human? Right, one more. Seeing as you asked so nicely. There you go. Good morning, guys. Have you noticed anything different? I got my hair done last night. Last night I went to my hairdresser. So you might remember a few vlogs ago. Do you remember the vlog where I locked myself out? And I was heading for a hair appointment, so I had to cancel it and miss it because I was a plonker and locked myself out. I meant to say knocked myself out. Not quite that extreme. Anyway, I finally went to have my hair appointment, and yeah, it wasn't supposed to be any like major changes. I was literally just having my extensions just redone for a little bit of thickness with my hair, and then while I was there, I was just like, you know what? I fancy a little change. I'd got really bored with the length of my hair around my face. It was kind of coming down to my chin. So I got Sunita, my fabulous hairdresser, to cut me in just some little tiny curtain bangs. And today is obviously my first day styling them myself, and I really like it. I feel like it adds a little bit more, I don't know, shape around my face, you know? I mean, who knows, maybe it's just a one-time thing and I'll grow them back out and return to old hair, but I just fancied a little bit of a change. I've probably picked the worst time of year to go to curtain bangs, as we are currently having a really hot week in the UK, finally. Probably not a good time to have hair all around your face. Probably the time to have it slicked back and up, but whatever. It was in my system. I've got it out of my system. Sorry, I'm just coming back to look in the mirror. I really love it. I have, it's actually sticking to my head though. I have filmed a couple of videos already this morning in this heat. So yeah, it's not quite sitting the way I want it to, but Let me know what you think. Do you think it suits me? I quite like it. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. But today is a brand new day and we've got our friends coming round a bit later on for some food. We're going to sit in the garden again because obviously it's a lovely day. So I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to do a really nice chicken Caesar salad. We're going to do the chicken on the barbecue, make a really nice salad, maybe some truffle parmesan fries, picky bits. Gotta have picky bits. In the UK in the summer you've got to have picky bits. And for any of my lovely American followers wondering what are picky bits, as it says on the tin, picky bits of food, little bits of appetizers that you just snack on, but in the UK we call them picky bits because you pick at them, you know. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to pop to M&S, and because M&S sell the ultimate picky bits, like, oh, just nothing. Is there anything better than being able to sit in the garden in the sunshine eating your dinner, got your friends round? It's just bliss. So that is today's plan. I've got a few more videos I need to crack on and film, but I want to go to M&S and pick up the supplies for later, so I'm going to bring you with me. And my fringe is coming too. Oh, by the way, this is what I am wearing today. The sage green knit top from Pretty Lavish. You might remember I have the knit skirt to go with it. When did I wear this? In Marbella. I wore this in Marbella, so if you watch that vlog, then you will have seen this. But yeah, wearing this today with my cream trousers. These were from Zara years ago. I love them. I do really want to get a more up-to-date pair, however these have lasted really well. So I love sage green and cream together. I just feel like it's such a chic summer colour combination. Am I okay? Am I okay? I don't know if I am. So that's the outfit of the day. I've got my tan belt on from Amazon, and then I'm going to I'm going to take with me my little M&S handbag. I'm going to M&S Food. It's only right I show them I'm one of them. I'm taking an M&S bag that I bought. I think it goes really nicely actually with this. And then shoes. I've already got my shoes on. I'm not going to have to show you. Whoop! You've seen them. My tan. These ones, my tan flats. This is the outfit of the day. I'm going to head to M&S now and let's go and do one of my favourite food shops of picky bits. Curtain bangs. Not looking quite so banging now, are they? After that sweaty car journey, aircon blowing in my face. Whoo, gosh. Actually, they don't look too bad, but yeah, not quite as banging as when I did them this morning. Anyway, I've done a little reroute. I've not gone to M&S after ranting and raving about how good M&S picky bits are. There's been an accident on the way there and the traffic is horrendous. I hope it's not a bad accident to whoever is involved. I actually don't think it is an accident. I think a car might have broken down. So I've come to Waitrose instead. I'm going to see. I love Waitrose. Obviously Waitrose is lovely, but their picky bits don't quite hit the same way. They're not quite as good as M&S, I think, when it comes to the pickies, but I'll give them a chance. I've got my little shopping list, so let's go. Okay, shop done. And I take it back, Waitrose. You didn't let me down when it came to the picky bits. I'll take it back. I think maybe I've just not looked hard enough
before. I've literally just grabbed myself a quick little bit of sushi. It's a little treat to myself. Because I won't have time for a lunch, and I don't want anything too big because obviously we've got friends coming around for dinner. So this is the alternative. Oh my god, I've just really chuckled to myself in the queue. I know the right people watching this video will also find this funny, and I'm sure some people will take the opportunity to just take the mickey out of me. It's fine either way. I just really had to have a giggle to myself because I was stood in the queue looking at all of my things, and I was just thinking to myself, wow, you know you really fit the Waitrose demographic when your shop includes a birthday card for your friend's horse. I know! At this point I hate myself as well, guys, I really do. You know what I'm like with the animals. In fact, in an upcoming vlog, potentially the next vlog, depends how much I film tomorrow, but coming very, very soon, because it's actually Flicka's birthday on the 1st of July. Ah, the soy sauce just leaked all over my cream trousers. That's what I get for taking the mick out of myself. Well, guess I'm having an outfit change when I get home. Yeah, it's Flicka's birthday on the, let's put the aircon on the 1st of July. And then her best friend, Joey, it's his birthday a few days after. So we're actually all going on a big pub hack. A few of us girls are going. You might remember, if you watch my Vlogmas, we did a Christmas one. Car, shush, I'm speaking, please. We did a Christmas hack and a lot of you guys really enjoyed that. We dressed the ponies up, went down to the pub, obviously had a couple of Prosecco's, and yeah, it was just really fun. And we decided that the next time we do that and, you know, dress the ponies up, we'll do it in the summer when it's nice weather. So the time has come. We thought we'd do it as a joint birthday. So yes, I have officially lost the plot, but what do you expect? You know what I'm like with my animals by this point, so I know most of you will not be surprised in the slightest. Oh my gosh, the combination of that sushi and that aircon. Whew. I feel like I'm at a beach club somewhere, not Waitrose car park. Anyway, I'm going to finish eating these, my quick lunch, and then it'll be time to get home and start setting up. My favourite part about driving home is just this road, this view down this road when it's sunny. Oh, it's just the best. I know I show this in my vlogs so much, but yeah, whenever I get to this road on my way home, this is when I know I'm nearly there, and it's just so gorgeous down here. In the winter, when it's been snowing, it's so magical down here with the trees, and yeah, just whatever season it is, I just love coming down this road. Just thought I'd share that with you. Back home, all freshened up. I've got changed, seeing as I literally spelt soy sauce all down me. So I've just popped on this really, it's really light and airy, this black dress. I'm pretty sure this is a Forever New dress as well. I did a haul from them, was it in the last vlog or the vlog before? But yeah, this was a dress that I got last year from them. It's got this lovely like cut out sides, black linen, really just floaty and airy and cool. I really, really like it. Really good for days like today when I want to be cool, but also I'm doing things, I'm cleaning, I'm getting food out, so it's black, it's practical. I'm not precious about throwing it on. But anyway, I'm going to get everything set up. Our friends are coming round. Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear any flies buzzing around. One of the disadvantages of living right next to the fields. We do get the flies. But anyway, I'm going to start setting things up. I'm going to open the bifolds, set up the cushions outside, just to make it all nice and pretty. Thought I would quickly show you an update, hello Bolly, of our new table and chairs that we got, because I showed you me unboxing them, but I haven't actually showed you them up yet. So here we go, we finally have the table and chairs set up here. So as you can see, it just fills the space a little bit more. You will have seen me unboxing these chairs. I just think they look so lovely with the table. Eventually we are, oh, I need to jet wash. Those parts look a bit dirty. Eventually we're going to upgrade the kind of seating area here, but for now it's absolutely fine. It's quite cosy having the sofa area here, and then this is a more sort of formal place for when we have friends round, barbecues and things, as a proper, you know, table and chairs set. So I'm really loving how this is looking actually. It's all coming together slowly but surely. I love the table with the chairs. I just feel like it looks really nice. Lovely on days like today when we can have both of the bifold doors open and just have everything, have like the indoor and outdoor space just feel as one. It just feels like a kind of kitchen dining room extension, which is the feeling that we wanted. Little tip, if you're eating outside in the summer and you want to deter the flies obviously coming around the food, buy a couple of these. I'll link these on Amazon. I know they don't look pretty, but you switch them on at the bottom and they spin around like this. In theory, I think what happens is the flies think, because of the multicolours spinning around, that there's wasps around, so they'll leave you alone and they won't buzz around the food. So we've got a couple of these and we just put these out sort of amongst the plates of food, and it really does work. It really stops the flies from coming around food. So just thought I'd show you these in case you have never seen them before, because we only got them this year, and yeah, as I said, I've used them a couple of times now and they really do work. I'll link them, pretty sure you can get them on Amazon, but sometimes it's just a bit nicer than having sort of like the smell of like citronella candles, you know? They're just kind of instant, put them out, turn them on, and they'll keep the flies away. So yeah, just thought I'd show you these couple of little things.